Wow, does my chair really make that much of a sound? That's crazy. I didn't even realize that. I just heard it in the live. Let's see. It's just a bunch of bollocks. What's up, Gearhead? What's up, Silver Days, XRP? How are you? Let's go, XRP. How's that doing? How's XRP doing? Still holding up. I mean, it's still holding up really well compared to everything else. Wow. When Bitcoin has a breakout again and when Bitcoin goes up, this thing's probably going to head to the $6 mark. What's up, Free Lightning? How are you? Notification gang, I'm glad. Yeah, it's going to be a relatively short live stream today. It's going to be about an hour, so nothing too crazy. Just going to jump right into it, look at everyone's coins, and you know, this weekend it'll be a much longer live stream. I still don't know if I'm not able to live stream on Saturday. Maybe a Saturday in the morning, actually. We'll do like 6 hours. But yeah, in the afternoon, no. So, what's up? Living in Central Florida. We will come over there soon. I really want to move to Florida. What's up, Eat My Shorts? How are you? King Will Ultimate Gaming. Good evening. Good evening. So yeah, I mean, jumping right into it. Excuse me. What is Big Times? Big Time's doing big time things. Wow. Silver Days, Zebic. Could you please look at auction for me, please? That would be awesome. Yes, I will, but I just got a super chat, so give me a second. Let me do this first. Living in Central Florida for 5 beans. Let's go. 5 beans. Swift XCN, next wave, please. Price prediction, and thank you. You got it. So, let's see. Swift and XCN. Yeah, so Swift, we made an update video on Saturday. I don't think anything has happened or changed with Swift coin. So we said we had resistance at the 236382. We actually came up to the 0.5, but the problem is when you get these giant wicks up, you do need to stay over the 382. Otherwise, we'll look back, and we're looking back right now. It looks like we got rejected. So anytime the candle actually closes under the 382, excuse me, it's actually still bearish, right? So although it's not too bearish although it's not bullish, it's not bearish because we're at least still over 1 cent 15, which is the 236. So like we mark in every single time, this entire box is resistance. On the way down, 1 cent 15 does need to hold, and the next leg up, honestly, the next leg up isn't going to necessarily change from if we break over the 382 at 1 cent 50. So regardless, as long as we consolidate over this box, over 1 cent 15 and 1 cent 50, the next target should take you up to the 618, which is 2 cents 30. So this is the next target, and once that breaks, then this thing's going to the moon. I think 8 cents target, right? So yeah, my target at 8 cents is still valid, which is this previous. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, it would be this one. Yeah, it would be 2 cents and then 8 cents. So that's my long-term target. But again, don't get overly excited because, again, we have a resistance to break at 1 cent 50 and then 2 cents 30. So again, congratulations. We bottomed here. We said this is resistance, and we came into resistance right now. So upside's 2 cents 30. On the downside, as long as it stays over 1 cent 15, you should be fine. If it doesn't, as long as you range and consolidate over this previous low, you should be fine. Now, XCN, same here with my Yeah, nothing has changed with the update video. So with XCN, same sort of concept, right? From the high to the low. This time you broke out over the 236382. So this is a little bit different. So this is what it looks like when you do get that confirmation breakout. Candlestick closed over, the candle closed over, and then you went up to the 618 retracement, and we got rejected at the 618. So on the downside, on the shorter time frame, as long as we stay over 110.55, which is the 236, and I think that does also coincide with support. Yeah, you can see that also coincides with 382 here. So as long as you stay over 1516, then you are retesting this previous high, this previous wick, which is the 618 at 2 cents 42. Once that breaks, it should take you back up to this previous high. And then from there, I think, what is it, like 8 cents or 15 cents? The 786. 5 cents 80 to the previous high. So once you break through this ceiling, then this thing's gonna moon. But again, it's really important for you to know that it does need to stay over 15 to 16. So as long as it stays over 15 16, you're creating some sort of bull flag, and the targets on the upside are all valid. But if this breaks, same thing works on the other way down, where it breaks at 382, you're probably going to get a bigger capitulation down to 1 cent 20. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the 5 beans, and I hope that all made sense. Living in Central Florida, come to Florida. You'll love it here. What's up, Kat? I haven't heard the ice cream truck yet, so maybe you'll hear it. Oh, wow. I love the weather here. I love the weather there too. Free lightning for 3 beans. Let's go. Thank you so much for the 3 beans. I really appreciate it. Can you look at Doge and Elon? Wait, is it Doge Elon or is it just Doge or just Elon? I'm just joking. Obviously, I'm just joking. All right, so Dogecoin. Can't believe this thing came all the way back down. Now, I do want to kind of show you something on the bigger time frame with Dogecoin. I mean, the weekly, yeah, the weekly stock RSI is curling up. So last time that happened was here, okay? Time before was here. The time before was here. So it does look like we are winding up for a big move up. So just keep in mind, I don't know how high it's going to go, but we're going to look at that. So like even if we were back here and we saw the RSI curling up on the weekly, I would do the same thing, right? Where I would show you like, hey, you know, from the high to the low, you still have resistance at the 236.382. And this was a massive move up, right? Like if you actually bought this when the, okay, so like it wasn't even all the way down here. The candle is over here, right? And then capitulated more. So let's just say worst case scenario, you bought it when it was up here. We do know that it was going to eventually come back up, right? So even if you bought here and it came back up, it's still 77%. That's a really big gain. So just keep in mind, again, last time was here and we had this impulsive move up, which was around 200%. And then the next time was here. Although we did lost some, we did eventually, and nobody can predict this. Like you know, usually it goes down and up, down and up. This time it went up and then went back down and made a lower low. But I mean, with Dogecoin on the weekly, we've been here for going on 3 months now. So this is a very long time for the stock RSI to be completely reset. So I just wanted to show you that. So I hope that made sense. Now, going back to the daily, right? So yeah, for the daily, deleting this, we don't need to necessarily look at that right now. This is perfect. I mean, you're making higher lows, you're maintaining structure, you're making higher highs across the board. Theoretically, the next higher high should take you to the macro 786, right? Yeah, the macros, actually, no, the previous high at 73 cents. So for Dogecoin, we have resistance here at 17 to 21 cents. So just keep in mind, what the heck? Oh, there we go. My hotkeys weren't working. So we have resistance here at 17 to 21 cents. Once that breaks, we might get a breakout and it might actually take us to the 618. And just keep in mind, if we get that really big impulsive move up, most likely we'll come back down if there is a sell-off and retest the 382 on the way down before we hopefully keep it going. But that is a really big move up, right? That we're looking at 41 to 87%. Once that breaks, you're looking at retesting this previous high, which is the 786, which we got stuck last time. And then from there, previous all-time highs. And we'll look at that later. We don't need to look at that right now because regardless right now, as long as you're looking at your phone and you're like, okay, well, where does it need to get over? 17 to 21 cents is in play. So at that point, you have to decide, like, is it going to keep going to 29 cents or am I going to take profits or whatever? I don't know. You're going to have to decide that for yourself. And then 29 cents would be next. And again, that is resistance. Expect some sort of pullback. And, 21 cents would need a hold on the way down. That's pretty much it for Dogecoin. And then Dogelon, nothing's happening with Dogelon. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we go up and I could just kind of reduce my position a little bit because I feel like I'm way overextended in Dogelon, but we'll see. I mean, regardless, we'll see. On the macro time frame, you can see it's still bearish. Like, there's a lot of coins that are up here over there, 236382. Dogelon is one of the coins that are actually under the 236, and we made a lower low, almost made a lower low, and it does look like we are bearish on the macro time frame. On the shorter time frame for Dogelon, yeah, we have resistance here, and then the 236 coincides with the 382, so I'll kind of leave it there. So it has a lot of resistance for Dogelon. We have 15 to 21. Once it breaks 21, then this thing has a shot at the bottom. You're looking at 33 in play. If it doesn't, we're going to come back down and retest these lows. If not, make a lower low. That's pretty much it for Dogelon. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the super chat. Can you do Maniki? Yes. Auction, perhaps. Yeah. Hey, King. So the way that the channel works is when people super chat, those take priority. So member coins, because they're members and they're supporting the channel, and super chats, they take priority. Regardless, I'm going to look at every single person's coin because that's what I build my channel off of. But it just means that you're going to have to wait because, again, there are some people that are actually, paying, and I can't just ignore, I can't just ignore somebody that just paid me $5. You know what I mean? So I hope that made sense. Now I will take a look at auction and then we'll take a look at Maniki. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying you have to super chat, but I hope you understand that's more of a priority than anything else, because again, I get $5 for that, so they're kind of paying for it. Again, I'm not saying you need to do that. I'm just saying I'm still going to look at your coin. So I hope that made sense. Okay, yeah, so taking a look at auction. Yeah, so for auction, yeah, this thing came back down all the way to the 786 and it actually broke under it and it's now retesting. So that's not good at all for auction. On the macro time frame, we are finding support here at the 618. So I say this area at $10 is crucial because if this doesn't hold, we are probably going to come back down to $6.50 if not break the low, okay? So $10 does need to hold. On the way up, I mean, I'm assuming this RSI is exhausted, right? So it's almost exhausted. The stock RSI is completely down. So yeah. So I mean, there's only so much selling that can happen, right? Unless this thing's going to zero, which it doesn't look like it is. On the way up, 16 to 21 is in play. So just keep in mind, we can't come back up to these levels and get rejected and come back down. So you have to decide at that point, hey, do I want to take profits, or is this going to blow through this resistance and take me back up to the 618, which is $34. So you have a lot of resistance right now. Again, $16 to $21 is resistance, which as of today is around a 40 to 95% pump. And then once that breaks, you're looking at 200%. Once it breaks out, then God bless, you're going to the moon, and this thing's probably going to make a higher high because it looks like it's been, it looks like it looks like it's in an uptrend kind of. And these are massive moves up. I mean, this thing went up, 13x. So yeah, good luck. Because once it breaks 34, then this thing's going to go probably take us back up to the highs and up to like $500. I don't know how high it's going to go, but we'll just take it from there. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion. I hope that made sense, and thank you. Maniki, and then we'll do Aerodrome. Wait, I think Aerodrome here. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So for Maniki, nice. Look, literally, I circled it from last time. We said, hey guys, the RSI is oversold. There's only so much selling that can happen. And yeah, and what do you know? We came up. Now, keep in mind, I actually was looking at it on a macro time frame, which matters. No, wait, I wasn't. I was looking at it from here. Yeah, so why isn't it? I guess it didn't quite hit the 618, but be careful, guys. Seriously, be careful with Maniki. So we had a huge reversal. The RSI is in the green, which is, again, you don't necessarily want to buy in these areas. You want to buy when I circle the RSI being oversold, right? So I hope that made sense. Now, yeah, we blew through resistance at 2016 to 2026. So congratulations again, whoever bought this low, you're up like 5x. Yeah, you got up 4 to 5x. So congratulations on that. That's awesome. In terms of next area of resistance, it's going to be 2053. Excuse me, it's going to be 2.53 cents. So we're going to delete resistance because at this point we need to look at support. So keep in mind, if the top is in, this area needs to hold at 2.25 to 2.32. If it doesn't hold this area, then we are going to come back down and have a bigger capitulation. But as long as we hold this, there is going to be a continuation. 2.53 would be next, and then we'll start looking at it on the macro time frame. But if it doesn't, this thing's going to come down and break down, so just be careful with it. And that's pretty much it for Maniki. Good luck. Selling targets, I mean, I would have probably sold and took profits when it broke the 382 and it got stuck here. But if it does manage to break, I'd say, yeah, 207 and 1 cent 20. And then if it goes, then I don't know, like good, like this is one of the one coins that actually did, that actually made millionaires or whatever, but I'd be happy with my profits. All right, let's take a look at Arrow. No, I understand. You're just standing on business. Yes, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you for that. I have literally bags on auction at 13.30. Damn, I really hope this thing goes back up. That's not necessarily bad though, because you bought. Let me see where you bought. Let me find Hopium for you. Yeah, so you didn't necessarily buy the support. Is there a reason like why you bought at 13.30? Like, was there anything that you were looking at, or were you just like, oh, this is a low price? I'm not saying like you can never time the market, right? But I mean, with any sort of reversal, again, like if it goes to 16 or 21, you really have to figure out if you want to take profits or not. So I'm not telling you financial advice, but if this thing doesn't do what it just did, because it did go up. I mean, like it went up 800% and it's still holding 56%. So that's not necessarily bad. But what I don't want to see and what you don't want to see is this thing capitulate and make a lower low. Okay, because that would be very bearish, and there would be something terribly wrong with that. So maybe we will get a bounce because, again, like the indicators are saying it. The indicators are like stock RSI is reset, RSI is down here and completely reset. So you are going to get some sort of bounce up, right? But how high it's going to go, nobody knows. So just be careful with it. Let's take a look at Arrow. And then, I'm sorry, did I miss anything? This thing came out on Coinbase. Yeah. So Aerodrome Finance, same here. Some coins just aren't having that really strong moves up. So Aerodrome already hit its 236 and got rejected. So same with Aerodrome. We have resistance here at 45 to 62 cents. We did actually, get rejected at this downtrend. I mean, we're in a nasty downtrend right now. So 46 to 62 cents, and then once that breaks, you're looking at Aerodrome at $1. Now on the way down, it does need to establish a floor here. Let's see if that coincides with any areas of support, which it actually does. Yeah, look, perfectly. It did a 618 retracement, which for the most part, this is exactly what we look at and what I always say, like, hey, if the 382 doesn't hold, there's going to be a 618 retracement. So if you guys are catching on, it's literally the other way up too, right? So like we see this every single time. So the more we watch this, the more you can kind of get an understanding of it, where, hey, this is resistance, and then once that breaks, it should go to the 618, which again happens the majority of the time. So I hope that made sense. So again, 618 retracement, 27 cents did hold. As long as you consolidate, eventually break out of this downtrend, 46 to 62 cents, and then $1.02 would be in place still. That's pretty much it for Aerodrome. What's up, Shadow Frost? Welcome to the middle of the live stream. Moonwell. How's Moonwell doing? Is it like... Let's see. Moonwell's doing fine. Yeah, it's doing fine. So Moonwell, I mean, you're still maintaining an uptrend. You're still making higher highs. So yeah, just keep in mind, you did find support at the 0.5. The next area would be the 618 at 1 cent, 17. So it does look like it's holding this. And then I think that's also the 786 from here, right? So on the shorter time frame. Yeah, so on the shorter time frame, you're holding the 786. So you do have support. You do have good support here. In terms of any sort of reversal, just keep in mind 2 cents 30 and 3 cents 16 is support, or sorry, resistance. And the 618 at 5 cents 23 would be the next area. But what you don't want to see is it coming up here and coming back down and making a lower low, because then what that's going to do is it's going to form a downtrend. So, and you're going to be making, you're not going to be maintaining this uptrend anymore. So that's pretty much it for Moonwell. Hey, do you have any Caspa? No, I don't. I only have 2 coins, which I'm going to probably downsize soon if they pop. So I want to get out, and I actually want to buy Disney stock. But maybe I'll just keep like 1,000 or 2,000 in like some coins. But for the most part, I just want to get out and buy Disney stocks. That's what I really want to do. And I don't want to I don't want to keep looking at crypto, and like I don't want to be overextended, because I don't want to like have too much money and overexpose myself in crypto anymore. So, but yeah, I can take a look at it. I know a lot of people were talking about Caspa. Let's see. Let's check it out for you, Free Lightning. Let's see if this is the next Free Lightning play. Yeah, this thing looks pretty good, but it's stuck in a downtrend. Are we over the 236382? Yeah, so we are. Just keep in mind the top might be in if we break below 1 cent 30. On the macro time frame, you have support at 3 cents 90. And so you got a long ways to go. And then we're actually in resistance right now. Once that breaks, dang. Yeah, so once this breaks, you're looking at, I mean, what is this? From the current price, let's just say for easy math is a 5x. How big is the market cap for it? Yeah, so 10 billion market cap. It's not unreasonable. You're probably looking at Caspa around 50 cents, which again isn't too unreasonable to say, but good luck if you do it, because again, I mean, the good thing is it is fully diluted. They have a max supply, so they're not going to be like minting coins and dumping on you. It has a really big community. It has 326,000 people on the watch list. It has 496,000 followers on CoinMarketCap, so that's a lot. But other than that, I think this is like competing with Ethereum and Solana, right? What is it? Proof of work, yeah. Okay, proof of work. The Casper blockchain is actually a block tag. Yeah. So good luck with this. I appreciate that. I've never been a big fan of Caspa, and I don't have any, but might be a strong play. Let's see. Let's see. Thanks again. Yeah, I mean, like again, like if you're gonna start a position in Caspa, let's just look at this really quick. So now that I know you're gonna buy it, right? So let's look at the RSI and the stock RSI. So you know, this doesn't necessarily always have to like make a lower low, but I'd probably wait a little bit because we are technically getting stuck at resistance, but we're over the 236, so it's not like it's bearish. It's actually attempting to break out and be bullish. So if you're buying now, you might it's risky because you might actually get up on out of here. But if you wait, you might have the opportunity to get in cheaper. And I'd say in that point, maybe 1 cent, 3 cents 90, like Casper around 4 cents would be in play, 3 to 4 cents. But we'll see how that ages, because this thing could go to like 50 cents, and then you could be like, hey, you told me not to buy, right? But yeah, you got to do what's best for you. I can't really tell you, but I personally, I would maybe don't go all in, maybe put 50% in, and if it goes down to 4 to 5 cents, you could put in the other amount and get more Caspa. But that's what I would do, actually. So slow day today. I thought I was for sure going to get a lot more people, but we have 11 people in the chat. So I think the most concurrent was like 14, 15. Yeah, I'll get there. I need I want to get like thousands of people. Imagine having like thousands of people in the chat. That would be the day. I got to turn on slow mode, because so that way people don't just spam and I have time to look at everybody's coins. But I'm just streaming. That'll be in the future. That would be nice. That would be nice. Aloe in the house. Hey, look, Aloe. Look, I told you should have bought OXT. Bam! Look at that. Boom! It went up. It went up. How much should it go up, though? 11%. That is not bad. Yeah, I should have joined Vision's live stream and donated to him, but I didn't know he went live. He went live like way too late. I was at I was at the gym and I was still trying to see if he went live, and he wasn't. Hey, no. The cat's destroying my couch right now. Hey. You got air. Oh, you're such a gambler. That's crazy. I was looking at that. You've got balls buying this though. Oh shit. No way. It actually went back up? What? Wait, where did you buy this? Yeah, you got that's real. Dude, I just saw this morning. Wait, I just saw this morning at like 16, 17 cents. Wow. Yo, congratulations. That's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, you got some cojones. Yeah, because I mean, look at that. Like, that's crazy. And that's what's crazy. It's like people that sold early when the RSI was in the green, you missed out on this whole move, which is super crazy. So you have to decide, hey, is they going to do one of these? Got some at 12 and 14. Let's go, man. That's awesome. Wow. So you got it at 12 and 14, which means that, let's just say 13 for easy math. Yeah, you're up 87%. So you're up exactly what I was looking for in this move. Man, why didn't I just... Yeah, I was looking for that move with OXT, but I didn't get it. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm outie. Let's see. What else are we looking for? Or what? Yeah, what are we looking at right now? It dropped like 80%. Gotta buy. Yeah, you got to buy that low. But the problem is, like, you don't know if it's just going to go lower. Like, imagine people that bought Mantra, right? So, like, imagine people that bought this coin and it was down 80%. Yeah, so, like, if you had bought at 80% down, you would have actually you would have been cooked because you would have lost another 70% from there. So, and is this thing cooked? Like, is this not coming back to life? Like, what's happening with this? Do we know what happened? Didn't the CEO come out and say, like, hey, it wasn't us or something? And plus, it's not a rug pull because look, like, if it was a rug pull, it would be back at 1 cent. It's still at 64 cents. So how is that a rug pull? Or am I just missing something? Oh, the Manchester has been a notable surge in the past 24 hours. These tokens were initially set to gradually be released 2027 to 2029, but the new plan aims to cancel the schedule permanently and remove them from circulation. I don't know what that means. It lost 50% in minutes. There's all sorts of contradictory info on Mantra. Yeah, we don't know what happened. Because I know that their ex actually released something. Metal detecting England in the house. Let's go. 1:40 a.m. here in England. What's up? Still holding my 10 million Jasmine till we get back to 5 cents, dude. You are diamond handing it. I really hope you make it. Let's take a look at Jasmine for metal detecting England so he can go back to sleep. Dude, you are diamond handing it for sure. Okay, so taking a look at Jasmine on the live stream. So first and foremost, the good thing with Jasmine is that we are actually... Damn, no, we're not macro bullish. Okay, so we did come back up to the 382 and got rejected. So we got rejected at the 382 again around 1 cent 69. Does that coincide with the 382 on the shorter time frame? Well, that's a good question. Let's see. It did. So it actually does coincide with this area. The good thing is that we are still over the 236 on the shorter time frame. And I guess, yeah, I guess the 0.5. We also did have a 618 retracement for Jasmine. So for whatever reason, oops. So what we really want to see with Jasmine, so just so you know, we want to stay over 1 cent 20 to 1 cent 30. If we don't, we're probably going to come back down to 2.088. And if we can consolidate over this area, eventually once we do break this area of resistance, and we break 1 cent 60 to 1 cent 70 resistance, it should take us back up to 2 cents 70. And then from there, Jasmine to the moon. We're going to get a breakout, and we don't know how high it's going to go. We'll just have to look at the targets at that point. No financial advice, just my opinion. I hope you make it. 10. What do you have? So what is that? 10 million. So 1 million is 13,000. So you have $130,000 worth of Jasmine right now. Oh my god, I need to buy some. Like, damn, that is a lot. That is a lot of Jasmine. And you're holding until we get back to 5 cents, which is going to be $500,000. Wow. Right? Yeah, I'm right. $500,000. Let's go. Yeah? I mean, if it goes back to 5 cents, though, I mean... GZ on OXC, though. Making a big move? I hope so. Let's see. It didn't really make that big of a move, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, 8% is a lot actually, but in my opinion, it comes off as a rug pull because they deleted their Telegram, and so far the team have made all sorts of weird excuses on X. Yeah, why did they delete their But didn't they say we didn't delete our Telegram? Like, is that confirmed that they deleted their main Telegram? If Banter goes back to all-time high, big if, how many X's is that? That's a 10X. But we'll take a look. I think it's a 10X. I mean, if you bought the low, though, it's more. So if you actually bought this, yeah, it's a 24X. But right now, it's like a 12X. Yeah, it's like a 10X, 12X. Hate to FUD anyone's bag, but it is what it is. An 80% drop, yeah. That's not FUD. That, like, the screen doesn't lie, you know? You're not FUDding when a coin goes down 80%, 90%. Like, that's the truth, right? It's not normal. So people are just hurt, you know, because they want their coin to go back up, and they don't like when people call out the fact that, hey, you bought something that is a rug. Nobody wants to hear that. Like when I'm in my coin, when I'm in OXT, and I go into Vision's chat, and then John Doe's like, hey, you have brain rot, or people have brain rot if they buy OXT. Like, I don't want to hear that, you know? Like, I don't like, that's my coin. I put my money in there because I think it's going to go up. And then now I'm like hearing someone say that basically I'm dumb and I have brain rot and I don't know what I'm doing and my money's going to zero and it's garbage and all that stuff. I don't want to hear that, you know? But it does suck. Yeah. I mean, and I agree. Like, my coin sucks. It's all the way at the low, but what am I going to do? I'm not going to say it sucks because I'm obviously still in it, but you know, this is one of the coins that might just teleport up and then I'll be like, hey, I was right. You know, that would be the best case scenario. It was down last I checked. Yeah, it sucks. What's up, booties? How are you? Welcome to the middle of the live stream. Yeah, if it gets to 500K, I'll sell, hold the money, and buy Bitcoin in the bear market after a year. That's smart. Hits a high bottom. I already have one Bitcoin at the moment. Good for you. Yeah, that's my dream at least. So you have a huge capital leap, at least relative to me, because that's what I want to do. I want to make a certain amount of money where in the next bear market I could buy Bitcoin at 28 to 35. I don't know what it was, but I always show it in my live streams where it's like, hey, this is where I'm going to buy Bitcoin next cycle. So 38,000, starting 38,000 or whatever it is. Yeah, 38 to 26,000 or whatever. All it takes is one life-changing play. That's true. And then I could buy a Lambo. And then that's right. I could buy a Lambo. And then I could make the license plate like Crypto Meow. And then I could start doing car vlogs. Let's go, car vlogs. Yeah, that would be the dream. I'll just do car vlogs and then I'll go around feeding stray cats. And people are going to be like, what? Like crypto and cats? Yeah. Heck yeah, my coin made it. So now I got to make content about helping cats and feeding them. Meow. You know. David's in the chat. Hey, Meow, did you cover ACH? Thank you. No, I didn't, but I'm assuming you mean that you're saying that because you want me to. So I will go ahead and do it, but the next person that asks about ACH, I'm going to tell them that I already covered it into, yeah. I don't know. I got tired. Couldn't really keep it going. All right, so let's take a look at ACH. I mean, ACH has a really nice graph, dude. This thing looks like it's compressed and it's about to have a blow off top. Yeah, so I mean, you haven't even came back close to, you've been keeping an uptrend and you haven't even came back to the December 2022 lows. So Yeah, again, same formula. You came back and retested the 618 and then got a nice bounce from it. In terms of the macro time frame, yeah, so we are getting stuck at the 382 right now. We are a little bit under it. We do need to get over 2 cents 42. Once that breaks, you're going to come retest the 618, which you've already came and retested 3 times. On the way down, bearish under 1 cent 52. So for whatever reason, that'll be an anomaly because again, we haven't came back since September and January of 2024. If it does come down and below 1 cent 50, something's wrong. We're probably going to get a bigger capitulation down at that point. But as of right now, so far so good on the shorter time frame. You have resistance at 2 cents 20 to 2 cents 70, and then once that breaks, you're looking at 3 cents 70 in play. From there, macro 618 retracement at 5 cents 80, and then once that breaks, the thing's going to the moon. To the moon. Big meow in the 350 GT. No, it's going to be a Lambo. I want a Lambo. I don't want a 350. I don't want a... What is that? A 350 GT? Is that a Corvette? No, that's a... Yeah, it's a Corvette, right? Or is that a Nissan? Yeah, Nissan GT. No. But they are expensive cars. Those are like 120 grand. The only way I'll ever buy a race car is if I could take it to the track, which I really want to do. Obviously, you know. It's a very old Lambo. No, I'm not going to buy a very old Lambo. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to have the next Bitcoin 2.0. That would be sick. That would be sick. I'm going to buy a smart car just for Gearhead. Gearhead, I got you. I'll get you a smart car. Meow, my cat Chi-Chi goes nuts for the Meow Mix. Yeah, Meow Mix. We don't feed our cats Meow Mix. But I do have Temptations. So let's see if my cats want some Temptations. Let's give them some treats. Hey, you guys want treats? You guys want treats? Oh, wow. Look at them. Already running. Come on, guys. You guys got to be stream famous. Here. There you go. Come on. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright. I gotta give some to the cat outside, so give me a second. To the cats outside. Alrighty. Let's see. Can you guys even see them? Yeah, you guys can see them. Well, there you go. Temptations. Big Meow and the Ford Model T? No. No way. No way. No Ford for me. Unless it's like a Mustang. But again, I don't necessarily want to drive. I drive an old Mustang, actually. Like one of those really old ones. But I really, really, really wanted to get into cars. Like built like having a garage and like learning how to like do my own oil changes and like changing out brakes and everything like that. But then I was like, you know what? It's just too much work. Like I don't want to like oil change. I like $50. I'd rather just pay the $50 and I don't have to, you know, raise my car, risk the car killing me, and then getting oil all over my hands. It's freaking nasty. Can't do that. Hey. So yeah, it's definitely worth the $50 oil changes. Hey, what are you doing? Ford stands for fix or repair daily. Yeah, BMW stands for big money wasters. Stay away from BMWs. Like, what is this? Like, I can't believe this coin is going up. This is a Coinbase coin. Yeah, wow. I guess I got a Binance listing and this thing's going parabolic. It's crazy because OXT like had a Binance listing like way back here. Like this thing's been on Binance and it hasn't done anything, which is unfortunate. Yeah, now it's going back down. I think it's over. It's Jover. We're done. Cryinks, welcome to the end of the live stream. And you know what that means. Cryinks, number one Warhammer 40k content creator in the Northern Hemisphere. Amazing. What do you call it? Like graphic designer, storyteller, the number one content creator. Like absolutely crazy, man. That guy has some serious talents. And we got 3 more hours at least. Yeah, we got 3 more hours. No, I'm ending it in about 10 minutes. We started a little bit later because I had to finish up some work, and then now I am done with that. So I'll be probably done live streaming at 6:07. Will be the 1 hour mark. Again, Mondays and Thursdays are usually an hour live streams. And then on the weekends, that's when I'm going to do my long live streams. So like last weekend, I did 8 hours. And then this weekend, I'm going to try to do like 6 hours. 8 hours was a very long time. So maybe 6 hours. Maybe I'll start at 6 a.m. because I'm up anyway. And then I could live stream until 12. So that's my goal. But yeah, I mean, have you started investing into Bitcoin yet? I hope not, because it's going up right now. Oh, wait, never mind. We're back down. Yeah, this thing looks like it wants to fall off a cliff right now. How's the Bitcoin dominance looking? You're air fasting. Vision's water fasting today? Yeah, I was watching his live stream. I mean, I wasn't there live, but I saw that he posted it, and it was relatively short. And that's what he said. He said I don't know if he said he's water fasting, but he said he's fasting or something like that, which is why he's late, because he's trying to go to sleep or something. I don't know. But yeah, I actually watched the first 30 minutes of it, and then I was like, oh man, I need to go live. So, yeah, I'll probably finish it later, but you're air fasting. That's funny. He's not going to make it. I'm sure he'll be fine. What the heck? Hey, what are you guys doing? It's okay. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure Vision will be fine. One day we're all going to make it, and we're all going to do some sort of collab together. How sick would that be? If we actually make it, and if I actually become like big enough, that would be pretty cool. Which I am planning to, because I mean, I don't know if I did tell you guys. I'm just going to go down. I do have to do it, and it is going to take a very long time, and it's very difficult to do because I do work full time for the most part. But on the weekend, I'm going to go down every single one of these top 100 lists, and I'm going to start making videos on the top 100 lists. At least I want to say once a month, and I need to do it consistently once a month, because if I don't, then the content is going to fall off the table and people are going to unsubscribe, right? But I feel like if I do it once a month, I'll get, even if I get 100 subscribers from the one time that I do it once a month, that's still, what is that, 100 times 100? That's 10,000 subscribers. So let's just say not everybody subscribes and it's like a percent game. You're looking at maybe 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers a month for that. So that would be pretty cool if that if I manage to pull that off. But it is just going to take a very long time because, again, it's literally top one. Like, I'm going to make a video on freaking USDC. Where is that? Hey guys, it's Crypto Meow Analysis coming at you with an update video on USDC. As you can see, this coin hasn't done anything and is really, really, really not a good investment. From the top of this wick down to the bottom, it's bearish under $1.07, bullish over $1.12. And for whatever reason, if this thing breaks below $1, this thing's going to zero, which is crazy because it actually went to zero once. Yeah, March 2023. What happened here? Yeah, I'm not gonna do USDC, obviously. How funny would that be? That would be really funny. Actually, I might just do it as a meme. And I'll just take it serious. I'll literally just say that. Wait, you mean you're not streaming for 8 hours every weekend? No. I'm gonna try to stream for like 6 hours. That's what I do remember that, but I didn't know it went down to 12 cents. I thought it went down to, I didn't know it came down that. Yeah, I remember that. And it was like West Coast banks. It was California banks. I remember that. But it didn't go down to 12 cents. It went to like 60 cents, right? Yeah. This is where it went down to. You see this wick right here? But why is it showing that it went down to 12 cents? There's no way USDC went down to 12 cents. At least I don't think. Yeah, I don't remember it going down to 12 cents. I remember it, like, even on Coinbase, I was like, oh, USDC is at like 70 cents. And then I remember they canceled it. They made it so you can't buy or sell your USDC. So I remember Coinbase locked me out. I never took advantage of it though, but I remember I was like, oh, USDC, I'll buy like 100 of these or whatever. And they wouldn't let me. It's probably one crappy exchange. All the good ones stayed over 90. I remember Coinbase didn't. Coinbase like actually hit like 60 to 70 cents, which is where this wick is. But yeah, that's crazy when that happened. And it didn't even look like that. I gotta look at it on like the hourly or something. Hey. Hey, what are you guys doing? Hey. Angel. Sorry, my cats are like fighting, or my white cat is fighting with the other cat outside. Like from the screen. And it's making a lot of noise. Yeah, wow. Imagine if this like... Hey. Here. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys later. Oh, it's so unfortunate closing the door on them. Yeah, so it would be so crazy if this thing actually breaks down. That would be the end of Coinbase. Because Coinbase right now... Yeah, what's Coinbase doing? Yeah, Coinbase, wow. It's at freaking 175. Wow. Man. I mean, Coinbase did a 10x, right? Yeah, it did a 10x. Coinbase did a 10x. Appreciate the stream. I have to head out. Take care. Good night, Free Lightning. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, we're going to call it in like 5 minutes too. So have a great night. And thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the membership. And thanks for always coming by. I really appreciate it. It hit 88 cents. You could see the chart on Binance. Yeah. I know on Coinbase it definitely hit 60 to 70 cents because I saw it on there. I'm not going to say it, but let me just look. Oh, you weren't trolling. Dude, what is this garbage? You said on base? No, on Solana. Hold on. Wait, what? On Solana, are you sure it's the right one? Because this one has market cap's 2.5 million. Uniswap is 2.5 million, but on Solana, yeah, it's 4.9K. So I think you mean, yeah, I think you mean this. I mean, it's the same chart that we're seeing all over the place, right? So it never closed over the 382, got rejected. Once that breaks, you're looking at 618 retracement. So you hit resistance as long as it stays over 4017. You're looking for a breakout over 4032, which is the 382. From there, you're looking at 4075, and then outside of that, you still technically hit this downtrend. You're still technically making lower lows. So this does not look good for this coin. There's more than one. Wait, what do you? Oh yeah, there's more than one. Yeah, I know, right? What? Hold on, I gotta move my cards. Give me a second. Okay. All right, let's see. 2.7 million SOL. Yeah, there is none. There is no market cap for 2.7 mil, so yeah, and then there's just this one, which is the same chart as this. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that coin, which I'm not going to say. Let's take a look at the graph for John Redcorn. Yeah, so I like the graph, but then I read that they have like infinite supply and their coin is inflationary, which is why I actually didn't like it. But for the graph, I mean, it's bearish under 13 cents regardless and bullish over 24 cents. So you can see you have a long ways away from there. In terms of support, there is no more support because you did break below the 786. So the next area of support would just be this previous low. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to come down that low, but it just means that if we do break down, the next support would be 5 cents. We don't know how low it's going to necessarily go. And if it does break this area, then you're looking at all-time lows in play. And at that point, it would be like catching a falling knife. We don't know how low it's going to go. On the shorter time frame for the graph, you do have resistance here at 9 cents 80 to 12 cents 50. So you have resistance the entire way up. And then once that breaks, it should send you to 18 cents, but that is going to smack you dead in the middle of macro resistance. So 24 cents in that case, in that scenario, would be in play once 1343 does break. And then once it breaks 24, then this thing's going to the moon. Hopefully we, make a higher high and keep this going. But we'll have to take it at that point. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. And thank you. I'm going to look at coins because he hasn't been here. But he might watch the live stream. So let's look at Billy and used car. Because we don't have to make other graphs, right? I mean, it's already charted out for him. Yeah, so for Billy, it does look like we are getting some sort of reversal. Hopefully it goes up and we don't know at what point it's going to go up. This coin has a lot of locked liquidity to market cap. I say that every single time. It's crazy. Again, this is one of the coins that you wake up and it's going to be back up at this all-time high. $786,000 of locked liquidity for $2.1 million is unbelievable. I don't know how else to explain that. Okay. Now, that's pretty much it for Billy. And then used car, I think, is doing better, right? Yeah, so for used car, it's actually doing better than Billy. It does look like it's attempting to break out. Once it does break out, it should send you back up to this box. Again, this box is resistance, so once that breaks, it should take you back up to 2 cents 30, and then from there, we'll start looking at it on the macro time frame. But as of right now, again, this is all areas of resistance. So we just have to get that breakout and at least get us back over into this box, and then we could look at we could redraw our targets and look at it from there. That is around a 400 to 16x from the current price. And used car also does have good market cap to locked liquidity ratio. So I mean, when this goes to 4 million, this is going to be a 1.6 million. It's not necessarily going to be like Billy. Billy is going to be 10 million or 20 million to 7 million. So it's like a little bit less than 50%. But with that being said, used car does still have good lock liquidity to market cap ratio. That's pretty much it for that. And then let's take in respect to the flip coins. Snack is not doing as good as we'd hope that it did. Yeah, so for Snack on the macro time frame, yeah, so 2018, and then we are actually holding support here at 2023. Now, with any sort of reversal, and like we said when we established this previous low, we did say that there was resistance at 2028 to 2036. Once that breaks, it should send you back up to 2005, and then from there to the moon. Now, we did come up and tag this, and they got rejected. So again, what you really want to see is a higher low, and you want to see us breaking out of this downtrend that is forming. So once we get past this, then this thing's going to go parabolic into the moon. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And thank you. In memory of flip coins. Anyway, so just FYI, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to call it a live stream. We've been live for about a little bit over an hour now, like a couple minutes over an hour. So we'll keep it really short, sweet. With that being said, just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes. This is all satire. Nothing more, nothing less. Damn, I really gotta fix my outro. But and yeah, that's and take air, bro. What is that? A coin? No, that's not a coin. Nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, have a great night. Have a great Friday tomorrow. Have a great weekend. I'll be live this weekend for about 6 hours. That's my goal. I'll see you guys this weekend if you guys want to stop by. If not, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next live stream.